Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Initiative Order. Thank you for joining us this evening for our Alien No Turning Back stream. We've been gone a little while, but we are back. We are ready-ish for the events that are going to happen. Before we jump into tonight's stream and the fun that will be had, just want to go over some little bit of sponsor information because we have some amazingly generous sponsors that really help the channel and the community. So we just want to give a little shout out to them and give you all some discount codes because that's what it's about. So our first sponsor for tonight is Session Zero Clothing, which is a D&D inspired streetwear clothing based out of New York. If you use the code ORDER at checkout, you will get 15% off your entire basket. So please check out Session Zero. Next up, we have Norse Foundry, the artisan dice makers themselves, where you can get anything from ancient bogwood dice to woolly mammoth teeth dice and everything. If you use the code TIO15 at checkout, you'll get 15% off. Next is Roman Player Gear, our very own GotDM, amazing member of the community, has a company that makes really fun tabletop accessories. So if you use the code CARNABY20, that's CARNABY 20, you'll get 20% off their Dice Tower Dice Tray combo set, which is very nice. You should check it out. You should buy it. Next is Mithril Armory, the creators of the Tin 20s, the sketch dice. Recently had a very successful Kickstarter for their Dragonheart dice, which I have a set over here that I might use to scare players this evening. But if you use the code INITIATIVE, you'll get 10% off everything on the website. So please check them out. And then finally, we have Umbral Oculus Dice, which is our very own Taryn, the GM of Far Realms, and maybe a new show that's coming out soon. Taryn is a dice maker, custom dice. If you use the code INITIATIVE, you'll get 10% off a full set of dice on her website, so please check them out. We'll throw links and everything in the chat in a bit. But yeah, that's the sponsor stuff. So I don't want to keep everyone waiting too long, so we will quickly go around and introduce our amazing cast tonight, and then we will jump into things. So I'll try and go in order. First up, Taylor.
Hello everyone, I'm so excited to be back. Yeah, what the heck do I have going on? You can find me on Instagram at @thebarbarianbarbie, and when I am not there, I am also streaming as Jubilee, the clown little rogue that I play over on the Team Drew's Basement channel. She's a whole lot of fun. So if you want to hear me talk in a horrible accent and like a dog whistle voice, go ahead and check me out over there every Thursday for 2 weeks in a row. Then we're off for a week, then we're on for 2. So the schedule I post on my Instagram. But yeah, come check me out there too. Yay!
Wonderful. Next up, Ray.
Oh hey, I'm Ray, or with a brick with 2 Ks everywhere on the interwebs. You can find me there by my handle. I'm kind of in between a lot of projects right now. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. So just go there and follow me and you'll see what I'm up to. But today I'm excited to play lore again and figure out what the hell happened last time. So let's do it. Let's do it.
Next up in my imaginary circle, Emily.
Hello, I'm Em, and I accept no responsibility for anything that's happened to the ship. First and foremost, I'm so excited to be back in space with this kick-ass crew. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Emily Irv, EMILY-ERV. I am the executive producer and a host on 20-Sided Stories, a cast member on Keyforge Academy and Second Star to the Right, and lots of other things that come and go. So yeah, follow me there and pray that we don't die in space.
We'll see. Next up, Utahime.
I'm sorry, I thought it wasn't me until last. Hi guys, I'm Brianna. I go by Utahime. I'm a cosplayer, streamer, TTRPG enthusiast, lover of all games. And you can catch me in lots of different tabletop shenanigans throughout the week. actually what just got announced literally like probably 15 minutes before this stream was the fact that now I can officially say you can catch me on Renegade Games for Hunter the Reckoning. I'm going to be in this amazing game with our storyteller Diana D'Amico. We got Lewis, we got Stash Mondo, we got Markia, and myself playing hunters, getting up to lots of huntery things in Miami. So I am super stoked. I've been holding on to that for a while, and I'm glad I can say it's next Wednesday. So tune in, 6:30 Pacific time, because yeah, it's gonna be really fun. And other than that, yeah, follow me at Utahime Cosplay and at Brianna DeCosta on Twitter for more stuff to come. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. And Cynthia.
Hey everyone, I am Cynthia Marie. I am also a TTRPG enthusiast, and I'm also an engineer by day, which is why you don't see me on a whole lot of shows during the daytime. I am on a lot of pre-recorded stuff. You guys can find it on the YouTubes and the Twitch and all the other channels, stuff like that. So just find my social media. Twitter at Cynthancer and Instagram Cynthia__Marie. I have a bunch of stuff that I can't announce yet, so stay tuned. Check it out. Today I am playing Selena, Spiderling, Cortez, y'all's very angry pilot and captain. So I'm ready for this.
I didn't do it.
Oh no, she's a pirate now.
I am a pirate.
Arr.
That was last weekend, okay? I got them mixed up, all right? Jeez.
And finally, I'm Danny. Check for traps on all social medias and wherever you can find me. Who knows? I'm part of the creative team here at the Initiative Order, and I'm the game mother for our show tonight. Yeah. So without further ado, things have happened. You know, it's not looking great, but there's no turning back. And we are back. So, to give everyone a bit of a recap on what has previously happened and where our story had began. Here we have a ragtag team out on a mission of vengeance, revenge, a last-ditch effort of glory, to bring things back. It's all about exposing Weyland Yutani for the treacherous things they have done in the past. Selena is the daughter of a pilot by the name of Sandra Cortez, who was the captain of the Oxocilia, which was a scavenger ship, a commercial scavenger ship that was employed by Weyland Yutani, that were asked to retrieve a piece of salvage for them a while ago. That salvage turned out to be data in what was deemed a derelict space station, which wasn't. It was a Weyland Yutani research center that at the heart of it had a precursor juggernaut ship inside. Data was recovered. Things were in the ship that came out of the ship. Things got a little bit hairy, but everyone escaped in one piece. But they weren't alone. That ship then sent out a mayday call and crash landed on a small refueling rig, a small station out in the frontier, and they were never heard from again. Following that, Weyland Yutani still wanted the data recovering, so they got a group of ex-Colonial Marines to become a covert Black Ops unit off the books to go and retrieve said data, which is where Lydia came into the story, as she was part of that team. They went to the station, found that it was devoid of life, as in everyone was dead. Apart from one person, who was Norman Garrett, who was the company agent that was on board the Actualplay. Turns out he was an android. Who knew? With his help, they managed to find the data that was originally retrieved. It was on the body of Sandra Cortez, who was still alive, but she was inside the birthing chamber hatchery of an alien queen that appeared to have made residence on this station, having been brought over by the Actualplay. Sandra pleading for death, whilst stuck to a wall with something growing inside her. Lydia giving her that one last wish ended her life, and they left, with Norman staying behind, blowing up the station. Having retrieved this data, Lydia and her team of ex-Marines weren't happy at the fact that they were sent on what was yet again another suicide mission by Weyland Yutani, and were like, fuck this company, we ain't about this life. So they left and did their own thing for a while, and Selena, having found out that her mother hadn't just gone missing but had died with the rest of the crew in unknown circumstances, wanted to find out the truth. So she started looking, and with the help of Whitaker, a family friend, another mechanic, a friend of Ed, the mechanic from the Actualplay, they started building this team. They somehow met Lydia in passing. Lydia knowing a lot of what happened, being involved. Lydia joins forces, offers the data that she has, brings on a friend of Paige, another Marine from a different unit who has been retired for a while but still likes a bit of action every now and then. They join together and now start doing guerrilla warfare sabotage missions on Weyland Yutani to try and disrupt their cash flow, disrupt their operations, and in an attempt to bring them down and expose them for the evil that they are. This series started with the group having completed a small mission and returned to a space station that houses refugees. It's a refueling place. It's a small community in itself, and they were there to refill, refuel, take a breather before setting out on their next job with the data they'd received. Whilst there, drinks were had, lips loosened, and Lydia kind of let slip to Law and Paige that she was the one who killed Selena's mother. Whoops. They then get Lydia back on the ship and set off, not alone, as there was a stowaway, a young orphaned refugee who had taken a shine to Selena in a heroic idol sort of stance, had snuck onto the ship in hopes of joining the crew. After they set off, Kiddo was found, and Kiddo, being the young sleuth that they are, had overheard Lydia's conversation whilst drunk and decided to just tell Selena that Lydia was the one that killed her mum whilst they're on a ship together. So the tensions flared slightly, and it was a case of what the fuck. But now, having this 14-year-old child on their ship whilst they're embarking on guerrilla warfare against one of the biggest conglomerate corporations in the known universe, they take her on as a new member, not really having much choice. They go through the data that they had retrieved previously and find out that Weyland Yutani have a research archive facility called Omaha Station that is on the far edge of the frontier, a good ways away, but this is like a dead drop location. It's off the books, off the record, offline storage facility that holds all records of Weyland Yutani's goings and comings. All their missions, all their research, everything appears to be housed at this offline location. So the plan is to go there, see what they can uncover to use and expose Weyland Yutani, and more than likely sabotage some things whilst there and cause a bit of a mess. So, with that plan to set off, Law disembarks the ship in a small shuttle to collect some supplies that they didn't realise they would have needed, having not checked the data before they left. And they plan to rendezvous at a point before reaching their final destination. Whilst Law is collecting these items, the rest of the group going to cryo sleep for a bit, because it's going to be a while before they get to the location, and a couple of them wake up. Lydia, Paige, and B wake up from cryosleep with alarms blaring on the ship and notifications that there is a hull breach and oxygen levels are depleting. Selena, the captain, unfortunately is still asleep in her cryopod, having malfunctioned and kept her asleep during this situation, so she's trapped. So our three intrepid astronauts go about trying to repair the hull breach to sort out the oxygen levels so that they can then get Selena out of the pod. In doing so, they find that the hull breach is in the main oxygen facility on the ship, where they have the big oxygen tanks, filtration units and everything, and it is a small pinprick hole in the hull. They manage to block it, manage to seal the hull, with Paige going on the outside of the ship whilst Lydia and B go into the room and seal it. But one of the two oxygen tanks has been nicked, so there is a hole in that and it is leaking oxygen out. So they do what anyone would do: strap a sheet of metal to it and fire a bolt gun into it. This metal bolt scraping on two pieces of metal causes a slight spark in the oxygen tank and it explodes. So that pinprick hole that was in the ship is repaired, but there is now a 6-foot round gaping hole in the side of the ship, and they have gone from 2 oxygen tanks to 1. Unfortunately, some of the debris during the explosion flew off and unfortunately hit B in an uncomfortable position. Paige was nearly thrown from the outside of the ship into deep space, but luckily managed to hold on, and Lydia is still a loss for words as to what the fuck is going on. But they managed to seal the room, block any sort of decompression situation, and the ship is still viable. It is still working. They have oxygen in the ship. They just cannot open the door to that room. Otherwise, everything's gone. Having dealt with this and B's uncomfortable injury, they take a moment, they have a sandwich, they give B her first taste of real alcohol and send her off to bed. Lydia and Paige taking a moment in the galley to kind of decompress mentally as to what happened. You sit there and then one of the doors slams open and you see Selena, your captain, out of her pod, having neither of you gone and checked on her during this time, stood there looking extremely pissed off and confused. That is where we left off, and that is where we begin tonight. So, Lydia and Paige, things are quiet now. The alarms have stopped. Beast in bed, sore but alive. You've survived the situation, and your captain is stood there, confused, angry, and ready for a fight. What are you doing?
Now, before we get hot with our tempers here, I feel like there's a reasonable explanation for everything that happened. Lydia, and I step back.
Yeah, reasonable. So long story short, you were sleeping and that hole appeared. And that's how that happened.
Anybody else want to tell me their little tale?
I personally was outside of the ship, so I have deniability, and I deny knowing anything about this. Oh, except that the kid did get, shall we say,
Blasted in the
cooter.
spot.
Yeah. She's gonna be fine, though. Don't worry, I put her to bed.
He is heavily medicated.
Still got one take oxygen.
Okay. All right. So you have the ship stabilized. We have
Yes, ma'am.
one oxygen tank.
Yes, ma'am.
And we have a giant fucking hole in my fucking ship.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's about right.
And you're gonna sit here and tell me that you don't have any responsibility for this, being my oldest person on this ship, who should have known better to try to hurry up and get me out of cryosleep. But no, you try to take it upon yourself. You, Lydia, you can't even keep a truth straight because you couldn't even tell me the truth about my mom. So I'm not gonna even believe what the fuck you're coming out of your mouth right now. Where the hell is B?
I definitely lied about what happened with the hole. B is drunk in bed. That I'm not lying about.
No, that is true. It was one of the only ways to get her to stop screaming.
Now get her the fuck out of the bed because I want to hear her side of the story too.
All right, I'll get her. I go to get her.
Do you want to come to her?
No, I'm gonna assess the situation here.
I'll bring her, Captain. I'm going. I go to get B. Or I go where I left B.
Yeah. You left B in her new bunk. And that's, I mean, B, are you still in your bunk?
No.
No.
I need a sandwich. So I'm trying to figure out how to open the door, because I forgot. But I'm doing it.
Okay.
So do I just find her out in the hallway wandering? At a door, just...
Basically, you go to the room you left her in. Now, this ship being the size it is, you do all have separate rooms. You left her in the bunk at the far end of the room. As you go, you open the door and it kind of slides open and you just see B wavering right in front of you.
Oh, easy there. Good morning, sunshine.
Oh, whoa! You didn't tell me we're quadruple. Wait, why is it sparkly behind you?
All right, and I pick her up like a sack of potatoes and throw her over my shoulder and take her back to the captain. Please do not puke.
You're really strong. You are amazing. Hey, wait, we gotta practice the gun practice.
Yep,
right
we'll
now.
do that. Nope, not right now.
I need a sandwich. I was trying. I can't figure out
You're about to be sobered up, but not in the way you expect. Come on, kid.
Oh, wait. But
and I bring her back to the captain, and once we get there, I sort of unceremoniously dump her on the floor.
Ow! Oh no! Oh.
She is.
Oh no!
Not in her right mind.
My pee-pee.
Now, why?
Oh.
Is she not in her right mind? And why is she talking about her pee-pee?
PP is because her she got hit with a sheet of metal in the.
Flew into my caca. At my caca, it went like boom, and then hit, and it hurts.
So that's why that. And then she's drunk because she got hit in the crotch. Is to take the edge off. It's pretty gnarly.
Gage, one of the Rage Gages gave me the magical juice, and I feel much better, but it kind of hurts because I fell just now.
I'm woman enough to own up when I have made a mistake.
But we
and
didn't
this may have been a mistake.
We didn't do we tried to fix the hole. That's right, Lydia. We tried to fix the hole, and then it was not good.
We did try to fix the hole. The hole was there when we woke up. We just may or may not have closed the hole, and then in closing the hole made the hole bigger.
We had the gun, and then it boom, and then
we discovered that a small rock had penetrated the ship's hull. I went outside of the ship to repair it, while these two took it upon themselves to repair it from the inside. While I was patching up the hole on my end, something blew up like the damn 4th of July and rocked my ass into space. Well, almost.
The things are spinning. I need a sandwich like right now.
No, what you're going to do is you're going to put your finger in your mouth. You're going to go over there.
What? Wait, what? Like this?
This is the direct order. Go over there. Stick your finger far down your mouth. Go.
Hold on.
What if I don't want to do?
You want a bag?
That is not a wish, or it's an order. Go.
Okay. And then B will take the bag and then go over, like stumbling, like kind of trying to like get the footing straight, and kind of over exaggerates each footstep as she does it. And then she like jams her finger like super fast, and she definitely expels.
Great. Now that we have one problem mildly solved. One problem solved. So how big was this hole?
Well, it started out yay big.
Yeah. Now
we found the culprit.
Which was?
A rock.
A space rock. Somehow. We were all in cryosleep, and we were awoken, I think because of the whole breach, but your pod would not open. We tried a crowbar. We tried a crowbar, that was about it, and then we realized we had to fix the hole, and then, well, you know what happened.
Okay, so a rock penetrated, and you took it upon yourself to go try to fix it outside. Smart move. You done yet, kid?
I think
it'll probably be a little while. Just I have more of those bags, so you just let me know.
How
I
much
filled
did
this
you
one up. Can I get another one, please?
Yep, here you go.
I literally gave her one shot. But she is a child, so.
How much food?
Yeah,
well,
like half
before
a sandwich?
she went to, not really a lot, because we just kind of put her to bed because it was kind of making things worse.
My health expert decided to have a child drink and then put them to sleep.
I mean, I didn't decide to give her the alcohol.
In fairness, that was my call.
When she went to sleep.
Okay. So explain to me the boom situation, like the 4th of July.
All I know is I was outside, and what was a 6-inch hole became a 6-foot hole. So, Lydia, care to elaborate?
So, remember, you are the one that said I am the medical professional. I am not the mechanical professional here. So just gonna put that out there. So we decided that maybe we should try to patch the hole from the insides. We put a big piece of metal against the hole and then drilled it in. And in theory, it worked for like a second. And then the oxygen tank exploded. So
let's talk about you being the medical professional. You are dealing with an oxygen tank, correct? You've dealt with that in your training. You understand that it's under pressure, right?
Right.
So why would you drill into something that's under pressure?
Well, I didn't drill into the oxygen tank. I drilled into the ship.
I did the drill on the oxygen tank, man.
Oh, so the child did it.
Well, no. What? B, wasn't I on your shoulders? Weren't you holding me? Or I was holding you? How did we do that?
I don't remember.
Lydia, did you let the child have a drill?
Well, it's supervised. I think
I won't even let her
it.
have bullets in the gun.
Oh, does she know that? I think she thinks she's been like shooting the gun the whole time.
And it's probably for the best. And moving on. Anyway.
Wait, what?
Who did the drilling
What happened?
that blew
Wait,
up
what?
the tank?
To be honest, it feels like a lifetime ago, so I don't exactly remember who was holding the drill.
I'm sorry.
That's
I
fair.
thought we were supposed to do the thing.
Well, what's done is done. But I'm not the only one you're gonna have to deal with, because when Laura gets back, you're gonna have to deal with the wrath of Whitaker. So
Okay.
So what if we just it's okay now, so we just leave it. And everyone can just and I'll just give everyone drugs. Everyone can just forget that it happened.
on that point, I'm just gonna literally turn on my heels and I'm gonna head to the cockpit because I need to run diagnosis to see how bad this is.
It's pretty bad.
If I go and make B a sandwich, do you also want a sandwich? Oh, okay, bye. Oh.
I want pizza.
You know, I think that could have gone a lot worse.
She was surprisingly calmer than I expected.
And
Will you make me a sandwich too?
Can you help me stand, please?
I'll put you back in bed, and I pick her up and throw over my shoulder like a sack of potatoes again.
She was like in a squat position while like throwing up into this other bag, and the other throw up bag is just on the side, so that's a thing.
Someone will
got
get
like
that.
one of those little things you can roll down and then seal it up.
So,
all right, let's get you fed.
So Selena, you go to the cockpit to run a diagnostic check on the ship. You find out a couple of things. One, the ship is now running on a depleted oxygen supply. Luckily, you have like a filtration system that filters the oxygen on the ship. So it's not a case of like the air is becoming less oxygenated. It's just your reserves are low. Half what they originally were because there's an entire tank missing.
If you keep bringing it up, no one will forget that it happened.
They will never forget. There is a big hole in the side of the ship in the room where your existing oxygen tank is, but keeping the door shut, it won't decompressurize the ship, so it is still usable, but it is going to need repairing at some point, because kind of landing on a planet and taking off again is going to kind of like do some wobbly stuff. That might be an issue in the future. Looking at your trajectory to the rendezvous point, you are about 24 hours away from where you need to be. The original plan was the cryopods would open when you're within 4 to 5 hours away, so you can kind of reassess and sort yourselves out basically. Ready. But you're about 24 hours away now because it opened you all up early. So you all have 24 hours until you get to the rendezvous point where you're going to meet up with Law. Hopefully meet up with Law. But beyond that, the ship is in working order. You are still on course. Everything is okay. Under the circumstances.
Can I, considering that we're 24 hours away, am I anywhere in range to actually reach out to Lore?
You can attempt to. You can send a transmission and see if it gets picked up.
All right, I would like to do that.
Okay. Roll me a Comtech.
It's been a second, so I have a 1 next to it, so just 1, right?
So it will be wits plus Comtech, and that's how many dice you roll.
There we go. Okay, got it.
For those watching, it's a Free League publishing system. It is a D6 dice pool system, and we are loose with the rules, shall we say.
Yeah, what are we looking for, specific or adding up?
No, you need a 6. A 6 on a dice is a success.
I have 1 6.
You succeeded. You send a message. It appears to work. We won't talk about the stowaway dog yet. Yeah, so you send a message. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, you send the message out. It sends. You manage to use the communications equipment correctly. Not always been your strongest suit is using that because usually Law's on the ship and Law kind of handles some of the systems with you. Now you're just going to wait for a reply. So, whilst you're waiting, is there anything you specifically want to do?
I am going to kick it in my cockpit, throw on maybe some music, and kind of wait to hear from Laura. I don't want to deal with the other group right now.
Fair point.
Fair.
Fair point. Okay. Lydia, I'm presuming you're making sandwiches.
How did you know?
And B is attempting to sleep, and Paige, what are you doing?
Actually, let me work on that and say that I'm carrying B, and I bring her into the kitchen as well, since she needs a sandwich.
Okay.
And I want a sandwich.
Okay, fair. So the three of you are making and eating sandwiches together in a friendly, cohesive environment. Law. Law, you have been off collecting supplies.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the essential tools and equipment needed, and you're on your way back in the little shuttle pod. Unfortunately, the shuttle pod doesn't have cryo sleep pods. It's a shuttle, so you have the very boring, arduous trip. What do you do to amuse yourself for about 3 weeks?
Oh God. Lore 100%. Lore's very into music, so Lore's got an extensive discography of all retro and vintage music. So I think they, during their 3-week time, picked like an album or 2 or 7, and to every song created an interpretive dance. And in between doing that, made little paper daisy chains for everybody in the crew, and spent a lot of time playing solitaire with some cards, just reading up on the ship's manual because it was like hidden in the quote-unquote glove box. So she found it, just started reading it. Probably just ended up just picking up odds and ends. The ship is spotless. from head to toe. Everything is repaired, everything is managed, everything is in working order. And yeah, just very excited to reunite with the crew when I imagine she gets the message.
Okay. Whilst you are entertaining yourself on this trip, you kind of lose track of time a little bit. You know, days kind of blur into each other when you're on your own in a little shuttle. And you do get the message from Selena, but because you're listening to your retro music so loudly, you don't hear the audio ping of the message coming through. There's just a little light blinking that you kind of don't notice as there's other lights blinking. So you get the message, but you don't notice it or respond. You just kind of keep going. And then on this specific day where you're about 24 hours out from the rendezvous, you're looking out the window while listening to music out the front of the shuttle, and you see a ship up ahead, and you're like, cool, there's another ship out there. And then, oh no, like you get that little bit closer, there we go. It's like, wow, look at the time. It's like all this time's passed so quickly. And you see the ship, and you bring the shuttle round so you can get into the docking position, and you kind of go from the back. You do a little flyby of the ship as you come round, and you go around from the back around the right hand side, and you're like, yeah, it's a good sized ship. This, I'm glad to be working on a ship of this size. I'm glad Selena stole it when she did. And you come around the front, and you can see Selena in the cockpit just minding their own business. And then you come around the left hand side, and you're like, what's that? That's not normally there. Hold on a minute. And you see a giant 6-foot round hole in the side of the ship, metal bent sticking out. And you kind of, as you come past, and you're like, hold on, the fuck? And then you kind of like, your mental mind mapping the blueprints of the ship, and you're like, that's the life support systems room. And then you look down and see the flashing message on the dash.
So as this is all kind of compiling through her mind, she's going to shed a few tears, trying to figure out what is going on. And in nervous and anxiety, she's going to press the message button and listen to the message in full as she's like preparing to dock.
Selena, what message did you send to Law?
Lore, I hope this message finds you well. I was just awoken from cryo sleep, and not good. It's not good. There's a freaking giant ass fucking hole in the side of our ship. We're still able to fly. The team did as best as they could to patch it up, but here we fucking are. I know you're gonna be mad. So I'm trying to let you know before you get here. Talk to you soon. Bye.
So I imagine this is playing overhead as she slowly is docking into bay.
Yeah.
And the message finishes as the door opens to welcome her back onto the ship. And she just has these silent tears like falling down her cheeks. And she silently, picks up her bag, has like the crates with everything, all the equipment and everything. I imagine it's like 2 or 3 small crates. She has them like already like on a dolly system. She just like pumps it out, brings it out to the bay area.
All right. Okay, we're gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right.
And I'll look around. Is anybody in that area? Would anybody be in that area? Or would I be by myself?
Does anyone greet Law on her arrival?
Okay.
go to greet Lore, but seeing that Selena's already there, I very quietly walk backwards out of the room.
Okay, so yeah, I'll take that moment and just kind of be like, all right, and I'll look up and I'll see Selena.
I see
Got
you
your
got my message. Yeah.
Got your message. Yeah. All right. Okay. So,
I ran some diagnostics. Doesn't seem to be too bad of an issue.
all right.
I don't know about our landing or takeoff gear, but
Okay. All right. Well,
And like you could clearly see there are silent tears that are still like slowly falling.
all right. Well, I guess I'm gonna put my bags up and I'm gonna go assess the situation on our ship because I saw it from the outside. We're down to a whole tank, a whole oxygen tank.
mm-hmm.
All right, and we haven't even made it to where we're supposed to go. This is wonderful. Okay, all right. I got a question, Selena. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you all think I'm God? Because I can't perform miracles.
I was half hoping you weren't
no,
God, but maybe Jesus.
I love y'all. I love y'all. You know, the crew is so great. I love y'all. But I'm not a miracle worker. I'm supposed to help keep y'all alive to a point. If you kill me in the process by killing, it's like an egg. You crack the egg, the contents fall out. You crack the egg, I'm useless. I can't help you. I just keep the egg safe.
Welcome
What am I
home,
supposed to do?
Lore.
Thank you. All right, thank you.
At least I get a welcome home. And I'll like give her one of those like really quick one-armed hugs as I still have like all my equipment in the other arm, and I'm just gonna beeline it to my bunk. Where
Before you beeline it though, you give the hug and walk off, and you hear the clink from behind Selena's like back, and she actually had two shot glasses, some alcohol.
She did. Okay, so she'll like, I immediately like pivot on my heel, like immediate 180. I will come back. I tip my forehead to you. I will take the shot glass with you, and I'll clink.
I know you're not a miracle worker, but I'm real hoping you can get real close to how Jesus was.
This will help.
And I'll take it, give her the shot glass back, spin 180 on my heels again, and beeline it to my bunk so I can shed my shit, and then go assess the danger to my baby.
So, as I throw all my dice across the table, are we aware that she's on the ship? I just haven't gone down there. Like, would I be able to? Okay, we have an intercom system, I'm guessing, where the whole ship can hear us.
Pretty much.
Is there one in the kitchen?
Yeah, there's one in all kind of rooms.
I'm gonna push the little button. Lore, do you want a sandwich?
Okay. As she's walking, so I imagine she like gets through the first bay door into like a main hallway and comes upon like a T intersection, and right before she goes through, she'll push the intercom on the wall and she'll be like, "What do you think? Of course I want a fucking sandwich."
Okay, another one. Good to go.
She'll just keep going.
Okay. So you go to your bunk, drop off your shit, and you can head to the galley for your sandwich prior to assessing.
No, I'm gonna make them take it. No, they gotta bring it to me.
Okay.
They gotta bring it to me.
So you go to your bunk and wait.
From my bunk, I will change from one very messy, like Carhartt, ripped off Weyland Yutani one-piece suit into another that is probably still dirty and not washed or cleaned, so who cares at this point. She'll wash her face for 2 seconds and then be off.
Okay. So Lydia, you make Laura sandwich. Are you gonna go and deliver? Okay.
I'm scared.
It's a fair point.
I'll knock on the little door.
It'll open for you. At this
I
point,
got
she's in the bay, just kind of like setting out the tools.
It's sandwich o'clock.
All right. Thank you. And she'll kindly take it from you. And she looks very exhausted, like physically exhausted. She'll set it down. And she'll put her hands kind of like on her workbench. And she's not looking at you. And she's just kind of looking down. She shakes her head and she takes a big sigh. All right. Can you, I don't want to know what happened at this point. I'm sorry. It is what it is, but who did it?
Well, it was a joint effort.
All right, so maybe then I do kind of want to know what happened. All right. Can you give me the big point? The big point is like ABC. Like, I don't want more than ABC.
Okay, so before I tell you the story, would you like something to calm you down? I like reach into my pocket a little bit because I can I have this, so like.
And she's still not looking
you...
at you. She'll hold out her hand.
Oh well, no, I would do it. I already got yelled at for being the medical professional and letting B hold a bolt something.
Well then,
bolt
okay,
gun.
I'll come back on that. I'm good right now. I'll come to you if I need it. All right, I'm good. All right.
So do you want the story or?
Just give me the highlights.
Okay, highlight reel. Paige went outside and tried to fix it from the outside, and B and I tried to fix it from the inside, and the outside went really well, and the inside went really bad.
All right. Okay. Well, then this means that we're going to have at some point in a little excursion across the whole fucking heavens, we're going to have a safety precaution meeting about what happens when there's a tiny hole in the side of the ship and what to do and what not to do.
Yeah, we definitely could use some training on that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, it's fine. I'll figure it out. But in the meantime, don't breathe so much.
Okay.
Don't breathe so much.
I could probably do that. So if you see B, just don't be alarmed. Everything is fine. Okay, enjoy your sandwich, and we're gonna like run down the hallway.
All right. And I just shove this sandwich in my mouth because it's the freshest food I've had in weeks. So shove the food in my mouth, and I will go on forth assessing as much damage as physically possible within the next span of time that I have.
Okay. So to do that, you will have to go outside of the ship because the room is decompressurized. But you're used to spacewalks, dealing with ship maintenance. So you put your suit on, you go out, and you see that there is a 6-foot hole in the side of the ship.
While I do this, so I'll get out, and as I see the hole, I will intercom. Mother, can you please open Whitaker file __ sad? And it's just Ave Maria. So she's just gonna listen to Ave Maria as she assesses the damage on the ship on the outside.
As you request that from Mother, you don't specify that you want it localized, so everyone on the ship suddenly hears the song playing over the intercom.
What?
It's just a classical playlist, but Ave Maria is the first song that pops up.
This is what she listens to when she's sad.
Definitely,
Wow.
you cut to Selena in the cockpit lighting like a cigar and like drinking real quick to the song.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the song plays. You go out and look at the extent of the damage. This is nothing you can fix now because you need like a lot of metal,
Yeah.
sheet metal to repair the hull. One thing you do manage to do is like go and you can secure the oxygen tank that remains, so that's not going to come loose. It's not going to blow up. It's intact. It's in good working order considering the explosion that went off next to it. It's okay. You do manage to seal the door to the room as well, so that there is no risk of the door opening and the ship decompressurizing. So in that sense, you now have an oxygen tank that's technically strapped on the outside of the ship rather than it usually being inside, because there's a big hole that now makes the inside outside, as holes do.
Can I also, if possible, if we have enough metal or enough substance that I would deem safe, can I reinforce it from the other side to the ship as well? So like, yeah, it's on the side of the ship, but I want to make like another brace around it, or something just to like hold it just in case.
Yeah, there's enough
for
like
whatever
scrap
reason.
now in that room that you can do that. Yeah.
I'll do that while I'm on the outside as well.
Yeah, that works. That's no problem. Yeah, so you spend that bit of time, that couple hours, doing that work and assessment, and then you make your way back into the ship. Whilst Law was doing that and listening to her sad playlist 0.01, what's everyone else up to? You know, you're hearing Ave Maria over the intercom. You know, Selena's in the cockpit smoking in a ship with minimal oxygen. Law's floating around outside. What's happening?
I want to go check on B. Oh wait, is she still with me in the kitchen?
Yeah, she's in the kitchen. Well, I'm there too.
But I'm not dying.
You are not dying yet.
Oh yeah, are you asking or are you saying you're glad you're
No,
not dying?
the music, isn't that like funeral music?
Well, no.
Well, I mean, you did destroy Laura's baby in a way, so yes, it is funeral music.
She had a baby?
No, the ship is her baby. It's a metaphor.
Okay. I'm still trying to learn all the stuff, and my head is still fuzzy.
You should probably go to bed.
Yeah, and I will warn you now, your head is going to hurt really bad tomorrow.
Food. Sandwich first?
You just ate 2 sandwiches.
Okay.
Do you want another sandwich?
You know what you need? You need water. A lot of it.
Okay.
Do we have like some kind of, I'm guessing in like my med kit, do we have some kind of electrolyte infusion or something?
We'll say yeah. You've got like some glucose tablets and stuff.
I'm gonna throw one in her water. I'm gonna hand it to her.
She's like yawning while she like goes to take a sip and she drinks it. She's
yes,
like
it
chugging
is.
down.
It is bedtime. We are going to put you to bed.
Okay.
I sling her over my shoulder again.
Okay.
And I take her to her bed and deposit her there. And I pat her on the head and I go, "You thought Lydia was angry with you? Just wait till you see Laura. Good night."
Wait. Before you go,
Yeah?
thank you for taking care of me.
You're a member of the crew now. It's the least we could do.
I'm
I try to
sorry
sleep.
for the whole-
Well, I mean, you hurt the ship hurt you. Seems kind of fair to me.
Can you tell Lydia I got her back?
I will tell her that now. Go to sleep.
Okay.
I
And then
close
she
the
like
door.
immediately just like passes out.
Okay.
I head back to the kitchen with Lydia and I say, "So how'd the sandwich delivery go?"
Surprisingly well. It was much calmer than I expected. She seems unhappy, but not like she was gonna throttle me to death. So that's a plus.
That is a plus. Well, I guess we should be glad for the little things, huh?
Yeah, I'm hoping that over the course of inspecting what happened, the feelings don't change. I'm really hoping that this is one of those, like, nothing we can do. It's fine. Let's fix it when we can fix it. Kind of like when you have to amputate someone's arm and then you you realize there's just really nothing you can do. So you kind of just like chop it off, you throw it away, you cauterize it, it's all good. And then you deal with their phantom limb later. So maybe it'll be like that, where she, I don't know, fixes it and she'll cauterize the wound and it'll be fine.
Did you tell her what actually happened?
I mean, I told her that the outside where you were was going fine, and then the inside where I was went really bad. I didn't give exact details, but that was how I described it.
Oh, all right. Well, you know she's gonna want to know more later, even though she's probably hopping mad right now.
You know what? Just let's not prompt it.
Sure.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yes, we will. And I go and I pour myself a very large drink of some brown liquor of any kind, and I go back to my bunk. You know where to find me if you need me.
You know where
Thanks
to
for
find
the sandwich.
me. You got it.
And I go off to bed.
Okay. Selena, you're in the cockpit.
Sure.
Spending some time there. Checking the trajectory of your ship now that you have law back and you can continue from the rendezvous point. You're about 2 days away from where the data files tell you that Omaha Research Archive Facility is located. Is there anything you want to do? Do you want to revisit any of the information in the data files and kind of see if you can gauge any more insight into this place? Do you want to just keep heading on and see what comes?
No, I definitely want to research the data one more time, make sure I didn't miss anything.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe try to find better information on docking, maybe not so obvious of a docking situation. I don't know.
Okay. Roll me another Comtech. You need 1/6 to succeed. None? Okay. You have a look through and you don't really find any new data. You just kind of rehash what you had already, that this is a dead drop site for all the underground research and dodgy doings of Weyland Yutani. When looking at the location of the facility, the coordinates, you kind of cross-reference them with the star charts and maps that you have, and you kind of looking through different maps and you find like an older one that you've got, and when you cross-reference it, you do notice that when it gives you the coordinates, it's not just like a blank spot in space where say like a space station would be. It's actually a planet, and the last known use of that planet or goings on there is that it was a terraforming facility. It has its oxygen based atmosphere, it's breathable, it's livable. They were terraforming and doing farming and such on the planet, so it was a place being colonized was the last known information.
Would I gather from this information, since you said they were getting ready to colonize, to perhaps find a way to get material to fix the ship?
you can definitely assume that there would be locations on the planet where you could do that. Yeah.
I'm gonna intercom over to Lore. Lore, you got a sec?
Yeah. What's going on?
Why don't you come on over to the cockpit? I want to show you a couple of things, see if we can make this of usage.
Sure. And I'll scurry on over there quick. I'll buzz open the door. Yeah, called? What's going on?
So where we're headed is a planet that was formerly used. They're getting ready to colonize it. It was a terraform planet. I'm thinking that we can probably scavenge some material here to fix the ship. So while we get down onto the planet, I'd love for you to keep your eye out for any useful material that we can use to repair this ship.
All right. I mean, I can absolutely do that. You get me on the ground or close to it, and we can definitely figure out where we can find what we need.
Okay. I'm also concerned with some actuation stuff, but that's just a hunch of mine.
What
I'm
do you
gonna
got a hunch?
That hole just seems big.
I mean, yeah.
And I think there are other things that broke in the process, and we just don't know about it yet.
I mean, I haven't even gotten close to doing a full diagnostic on it. I've been just trying to brace the only tank that we have left and gate off everything else, seal it from the outside, and clean up as much debris as I could to keep it safe. I haven't even started the diagnostic, like I said, so I don't know if anything else happened either.
Yeah, I did a diagnostic earlier, and everything seemed to check out, but that's from piloting the ship. I don't know about anything else.
All right. Well,
yeah.
I mean, like you said, if you think that we can find resources there, then I'm willing to go down and try and find them.
Okay.
If anything, we can put the kid in front of the hole and tell her to just watch it. If anything funky happens, we'll come back and figure it out, but we gotta figure it out one way or another. If you think that's one way, then let's do it.
I feel like that kid needs to be as close to us as possible. I don't trust that kid's intuition yet.
I don't know.
She's not so bad.
No, she's not terrible, but you know, you gotta think. You're with a group of people who are very experienced, but out in space. It's not safe out here when you just do things and you don't think. You gotta think.
You'd think that we'd be with a group of experienced people, and yet there's a giant hole in our fucking ship.
I mean, we are with a group of experienced people. I mean, the most of us. I mean, we do an alright job. We hold our own. I mean, we all did, and then when we all came together, we've been doing alright.
Yeah,
things happen. I get that. I'm trying to be understanding. You know, the whole karma, yin yang. I get it. Good things come and good things will go, but right now, I would just want to keep you all safe. And I don't feel like it's possible given the state of the ship. So yes, if we can find ways to get resources so that I can fix it, we can fix it, we all can be safer, get to where we need to be, then I'm down more. I'm there.
All right. I know. I just very stressed out about this situation.
I can understand. Is there anything that I can do to help? I mean, I got, and she just like, she got a screw in one hand and a wrench in another. She's just like, is there anything else I can do?
No, you're already doing it. I keep scrubbing over this data, and I'm not finding anything new, and it's frustrating.
Oh, I mean, there's only so many times you can pull over the same data and see the same things. So don't hurt yourself. Hey, you know, there's a lot of other things that your energy and your time can be put to right now. So try to do that. Take a break from all that. And she like just gestures wildly.
All right. I'm gonna look at the data just one more time and see if I can find something else, and if not, I'm gonna call it a night.
Okay, yeah. Roll me a contact.
Let me down! One success!
Okay. So, you kind of knuckle down and focus on the computer and start typing away and opening folders and seeing what you can dig up on this location. Luckily, having the old star charts and knowing that this is a planet, you start searching through the data, not for Omaha Station, but for the planet itself, which is known as Omaha. And you start pulling up some information. You start pulling up information about the terraforming colony on the planet, that this is a vast planet of rocky land. There is a small patch of maybe, I don't know, 300-400 miles wide that appears to have flat enough land for farming and agriculture. It's got good water supplies, and this is where they've set the colony up. It is a Weyland Yutani owned operation, this terraforming colony, and it is a farming agricultural setup. That's what it appears to be on the surface. But the information you get from these Weyland Yutani files that you have stolen is that this archive resides on the planet, within the mountains, just on the edge of the terraforming colony. So there is a bunker which houses this dead drop offline facility. Main access is through the colony to get to it, so you'd have to go through this agricultural colony to reach the bunker that has protection. It doesn't describe what protection it has, but it has protection. A security detail, probably, that sort of situation. But the agricultural colony is the access point. There is a landing port at the colony. There is several tool shed facilities for maintaining agricultural equipment, machinery. So you kind of know for a fact you'll be able to fix the ship here. It states that the colony is open. It is an open colony, which means that it's you know, free trade, as in people can come and go from the colony at will. You don't have to be like Weyland Yutani access to get there. Anyone can go there because it is a terraforming colony. So that's the cover. But obviously you know that there's this dead drop facility, this archive there, that's kind of hidden off grid. But you know you can land and walk about the colony freely, as far as information tells you.
Alright, well, I'm gonna put down the stogie and head out with lore after I finish all that information.
Okay. So, the two of you head out. Everyone else is kind of appears to be settling themselves, as you still have 2 days. Whilst you guys now prep, set up your provisions, work out a game plan for when you get there. B hopefully sobers up. Everyone else hopefully calms down and settles into the situation that you have put yourselves in with the state of your ship, and begins to focus on the mission at hand. And it's at this point we're going to take a quick break. So everyone watching, thank you very much for joining us thus far. We're going to take a quick 10 minute or so break for toilet times and refreshments and everything. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, we're going to take a quick break.
Pee-pee break.
Yes, pee-pee breaks. Stick around, there's more to come. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. But yeah, we'll see you in about 10 minutes or so. Peace. And we're back. Thank you for sticking around during our break. To give everyone a quick little recap even. The crew are all back together, finally. Law has returned to the ship. Selena has woken from cryo sleep. There's a big fuck off hole in the side, but they'll deal with it. People aren't happy. People are drunk / hungover. People are eating sandwiches, you know. It's you know, a happy little family. So you are all now together, prepped, or prepping, should I say, to go about this next mission. You are, you know, you're only a matter of hours away from the location now, from this Omaha planet, which has this Omaha Research Archive facility on it, which is hidden away in a terraforming colony that is agricultural based. So you've got a couple hours until you arrive at this planet, which Selena has managed to find some information through different data means that there is an open colony with landing permission. There is heavy machinery repair facilities, so looks like you might be able to fix the hole in the ship. Winner, because you know you don't want that if you can manage to land safely, but that's another story. That's coming short. So a couple hours, what y'all doing? What's the plan? What's your goal in getting to this location?
I'm personally going to spend some time just cleaning my guns and making sure they're all ready to go for when we land.
Okay.
I'm in the cockpit getting ready for landing.
What's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna set up my little puke bags for everybody, just in case, because we're landing. You never know, it might get rocky. And I also want to prep my med kit, make sure that I have everything that we need, because if we're getting off the ship, I want to be able to pack everything up.
Okay.
The bee would be basically with a crazy headache, but she's trying to wash up and like kind of clean herself off, and because yeah, she probably threw up some more like intermittently between hours, like kind of just getting everything out of her system. So that would be necessary, and then kind of like gathering her stuff just to, you know, put everything back in her bag, and try to get herself together, because she is now remembering everything that happened from the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And she's still limping around because she's still technically injured. So there's also that she's trying to handle in her room.
Okay. And what's Laura up to?
So while B has been getting washed up and taking care of themselves, I have graciously gone and gifted them so lovingly. On their bed sits the manual to the ship, and on top of the manual is a post-it note that reads, "Welcome to the crew. Time to put in your dues." With a heart, signed Lore. And then once Lore leaves that in B's room, she's just going to do last minute checks, make sure the landing gears are all good, everything is prepped and ready to go, so that we can land as safely as possible.
Okay. Cool. So B, you can add that to your inventory. You have
Okay, so it's
ship's
a
manual.
manual to the ship, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like the diagnostic manual.
Okay, I'm gonna pretend that basically when the manual was being dropped off, it just so happened to be when B was like washing up, so that's probably why she wasn't there. But she will definitely get it and take a look at it.
Yeah, it's proper thick.
Reading material.
Yeah.
You could even, if you want, put it under like weapons, because it's you could use it as a
Oh, is
melee
it? You
weapon.
could
It's that
probably-
sort of thick.
Yeah, you could probably berate
I
somebody
shall
with
adjust
it.
that right now.
So you all do your last minute prep for disembarking the ship once landing. Selena, you can see the planet. You can see that, from what you can gather location wise, you're going to be landing on the dark side, so it will be night when you land. It looks like a planet. You can see that it looks habitable. You see water, you see terrain, you see cloud formations, you see polar ice caps and such. Yeah, time to land. Time to head down with your holy ship.
Older than thou.
Can you make me a piloting roll? So that will be agility plus piloting.
I need more dice. It's a lot of dice, y'all. How many? I'm looking for 6s, right?
Mm-hmm.
4, 5 6s.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. So, look at our cheat sheet. So, you needed 1 6 to succeed. Any 6s beyond that, you can perform a stunt. Which is a nice little bonus for... Why is my cheat sheet not doing that? A nice little bonus for succeeding so well. There's not many stunts for mobility and piloting. Let me very quickly find my cheat sheet.
Tom Cruise, who? Top Gun, what?
Just talk amongst yourselves, it's fine. So many tabs.
He is definitely like taking that seriously with like the man, like because of the fact that she's like, oh, I'm actually a part of the crew now. Okay, I gotta take this seriously. So she's like actually trying to read it and like from like the beginning. Like, of course, it's so thick. There's no way she's gonna get through most of that, but she's actually trying to make it up because she knows what Paige Gage mentioned about how Laura is probably pissed. So she's trying to make it up by actually studying properly.
Good, good. I will quiz you on that book later. Selena, so stunt-wise, you can gain a +1 modification to a piloting roll later, which we'll say you do because you have 4 extras, and you can show off are the 2 stunt options for piloting. So what we'll say is you go in to start your descent and land, and things get a little bit rocky with the hole on the side, kind of messes up the airflow, and you're going down and you realize, you know, I know what I can do. I know something I remember learning back in the day, and you put the ship into a spin. So as it's coming down like that, it's spinning round, and by doing that you kind of stop the vibrations of the ship and you kind of spin it down, and then you do a hard pull just as you drop into the atmosphere of this planet, and everything goes smooth and you start to descend into your landing smooth as crystal.
I press on the intercom real quick. Hope everyone's okay back there.
Lydia just makes really distressed noises into the intercom and then goes, "Just kidding, we're fine."
As you descend into the atmosphere, this is where you get your first look of the colony and the topographical nature of this terrain around you. That's a really big word. And it's subtitled well as well. Okay. So you look around and you see this large open area. You can see the outline and shape of different fields, how there's this kind of grid pattern intersecting across the land, and you see this mountain range to one side. Looking down, you don't see a lot of buildings as such and accommodations, and like you don't see a town or anything like that. You just see like a squat few structures to one side, and then you see there's this large square opening of flat ground next to these buildings on the opposite side to where these fields are laid out. From your knowledge and experience of landing in different places, you make the assumption this is the landing area for this facility, as it's just a big, nice, flat place to land. And you head on down. And after a couple minutes, you click the button. The landing gate does deploy, luckily. And you land softly, just with a little cushioned bounce, and you are all now on land, no longer in space. There is breathable air outside. The ship has not blown up on entry. Well done. It is nighttime. There are 2 floodlights on this landing area. Beyond that, you don't see light, any artificial light from any buildings around.
All right, everyone, let's gather up before we head on out. Talk about what our objectives are. We're here strictly to collect data, I believe. No other funny business, please.
I immediately look to the rest of the crew, like just kind of like very quickly just pan through everybody.
Who are we looking at?
I go back to looking at the floor.
Yes, Captain.
As I was saying, we are here for retcon and retcon only, as well as if we see anything that's going to help repair our ship, let Lore know. Don't take it upon yourself to go do something. Let Lore know. All right.
Promise.
Everybody, let's gear up. B.
Yes, Captain.
You stay as close to me as possible.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Did you learn how to fire a gun yet?
I've been practicing with Paige, and I think I sort of understand how to hold the gun.
She'll be fine. And I slap the pistol against B, and I hand the magazine to Selena, and I go, "You should probably hold on to this one, though, and only give it to her if she needs it."
All right. Lydia, I think there might be perhaps some medical supplies there. You might be able to find something, maybe. We'll see.
I'll bring my kit that I have with me, and I'll see if there's anything extra we can add.
Good. Anything else I'm missing?
Everyone bring your weapons.
Are we allowed to fire first?
Up the pistol.
Where's your
Gun
scout?
safety. Put it in the holster.
Yes, ma'am.
You
We're not taking it out.
You shouldn't have to use it, B. This is only retcon.
All right, Captain, just a quick clarification. Are we allowed to fire if they don't fire at us first? If we assess the threat? Or should we be keeping it quiet as much as we can?
I say we should probably go stealth for a bit.
Right on, Captain.
Only shoot at hostile.
I'm really
Can
good
do.
at stealth. I'll be an asset, I promise.
All right, kiddo. Well, let's roll out.
Okay, so you all disembark the ship, and as you step out, you take that first breath of air that hasn't been recycled through the ship, and it is clear, it is crisp, it is cool. It's a nice refreshing change to be on land, rather than being on either a ship or a station. You know, that real fresh air compared to recycled air. It really hits different. You step out and take a look around. You don't see anyone. There's no one in the immediate vicinity. When landing, Selena, you saw where the bulk of the buildings were. They're over just to your east. There doesn't appear to be any lights in any of these buildings on. You just have the 2 floodlights where you've landed, and beyond that is just darkness with a couple of twinkling stars in the sky. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I think I want to go to the facility. Is that where everyone else would want to go?
I'm following your lead.
I go wherever you go, Captain.
Yeah, I was gonna say Laura's kind of keeping towards the back of the posse. I'm gonna mimic what Selena's asking. So, like, if Selena wants to go to the facility, I'll go, but I'm gonna stay on the outskirts.
Okay.
Let's go. And head over to the facilities.
Okay, so you head to the buildings. In heading there, you know that isn't where the Omaha archive is. That's like on the other side of the agricultural bit. That's a ways away. But you head to the facilities of this colony, of this terraforming location. Only takes you a minute or two just to walk over to the first building. And it is a large kind of corrugated iron barn, warehouse sort of size building. There are a couple high windows around the top. Look a bit dusty, way too high for you to see, and it's like 2-story high building. And then there is a large double door on one side that is closed.
I'll try to go to the entrance and see if I can open it.
Yeah, do
I'm
you...
going to start making as soon as she's walking in, I'm going to start walking around the right side of the building just to kind of make sure everything's clear while she does this.
Okay.
He's sneaking behind Selena, like as close without like, you know, without actually touching her, but like really like just tailing her.
Okay.
Yeah, when she starts to open the door, I'm gonna aim my pulse rifle at it.
Okay. Quick question in terms of weapons and stuff. Paige, what weapon do you have on you?
My smart gun and
Okay.
a combat knife.
Okay, good to know. So Paige is there with this
Why?
massive gun. No reason. Just checking. Yeah. It's a heavy gun. It's attached with a backpack and a big scope and everything. I just need to check that that's what they're using. Anyway, Law, you head around the other side of the building, doing a quick kind of check to make sure there's nothing untoward around that side, and you see nothing. There's only one entrance to this building. It is the large double doors that Selena is at. The other side of the building looks fine. It's not attached to any other buildings. There's a large bit of space between the other buildings here. Looks good. Selena, you try the handle of one of these big double doors, and it isn't locked. It is openable.
I'm gonna look at Kiddo. Hey kid.
Yeah.
Can I unlock things that... Can you pick this lock?
I may have done it before. I can try it. I mean, anything's worth a shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to try to like take out her like boot knife and see if she can try to like finagle this lock, if it's one that is where you can actually manually unlock it.
Okay.
Or pick it.
Okay. Make me a straight agility.
Straight agility. Oh, okay. One.
One success.
Yeah.
Okay. So the door wasn't locked and it was openable, but B does go and has a go at the lock and succeeds in unlocking an unlocked door. Well done. You do pretty well there. You feel good about yourself, you know. You're showing your skills to Selena, your idol. You know, showing your worth in the group. And B, you pull or begin to pull open the door.
Do I see anything as I like I'm slowly opening it?
It looks pretty dark inside. There's no lights on.
I don't see anyone.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that I think I would have grabbed at least some sort of lighting source with me.
Yeah, there were flashlights on the ship.
Okay, cool. So I'll turn on the flashlight, see if there's anything moving.
No movement.
All right. Let's proceed in.
Okay.
We're gonna go inside.
Okay. How many of you go inside?
I'm right with her, so wherever she goes, I'm in tow.
Two.
Like
Yeah, I'll go in at the
Nice.
back with my weapon in hand.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna hold up the rear, and I'm actually not gonna go in. I'm gonna stay by the door to guard it for a minute.
Okay. And Law, are you heading?
I will also stay outside with Paige.
Okay, so 2 outside, 3 inside. Okay. So the 3 of you go inside, and Selena, you kind of look around with your flashlight, and you see heavy machinery. You see sheets of corrugated iron, steel, metal of some sort, stacked up on one side. You see some workbenches, and you see a large piece of machinery of some sort covered fully with like a big thick burlap kind of tarp. And you don't see too much else in there.
All right. I say we park it here for the night. Wait for his son to come up, and then we can start traversing over to the archives. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna call over to do I have communication? I have communication with them, right?
Yeah. You all have like walkie-talkie intercoms and stuff.
Cool. I'm gonna just call out to Laura and Paige. All clear in here. We're gonna spend the night here and traverse in the morning.
Roger that, Captain. Closing the door now. And I wait for Laura to come inside. And
Yeah, I'll go inside and then.
it's like no.
I was gonna say. I imagine I help her navigate her massive gun into this like tiny door frame.
No, I gotta go in sideways. Hold on.
Okay, so you two enter the building after them and close the door behind you. So now all 5
Paige
of
do
you.
that thing where she goes to like start to walk in, gets stuck.
Damn it. I'll be right there.
So you're all inside this building. And Selena states that you guys are gonna bunker down in here for the night. Not on your ship, but in here in this unknown steel building. Okay. You guys prep to sleep in this room, not in your bunks, in your ship that is a stone's throw away, but in this
I feel
steel
like I
building.
should change that decision now.
It's too late. It's too late. You've made your choice. Live with the consequences.
B does take out her gaming device, and she is like basically just like kind of propped up against like a wall, like if it was like a crate or something where she could kind of lean against and just like start playing her game. She's gonna do it.
Okay.
I think at one point Laura would go to the ship to take a blanket and a pillow and then come back
Okay.
and then set up. But Laura at one point will just kind of like kick her boot over to Bee's like leg and just kind of like jiggle her leg with her foot.
What kind of game are you playing on that thing?
Oh, it's super cool. It's basically like there's this hedgehog dude, and he goes really really fast, and you have to like get all the coins. But I die a lot. I'm trying to get past the first level, and I still can't.
Why would a hedgehog want coins? What use does he have for coins?
I think that it's just like, I mean, who doesn't want like some cash? I think that it's really just him trying to like, save up for something cool at the end, like power ups to beat, the robo dude.
I just shake my head and nuzzle in my sleeping bag and roll over, having no understanding of anything that just came out of this child's mouth. I just as I get like
way of explaining.
Yeah, as I get cozy, I'm gonna like turn over and like flash her like a thumbs up, not to, because I don't want to be a dick. I'm mad, but I don't want to be a dick. So I'll flash her a thumbs up.
Lord.
What?
So like I was not able to talk to you before, but I'm really really sorry for being a part of why the ship has a hole in it. Now I know, and I did read you left me, which was cool, and thank you for welcoming me to the crew. Especially because I know Paige told me you were really mad at me, but I promise I'm gonna read, so then no more holes are in the ship. Okay? Now I know metal, no gun, none of that. That's the bad combination. Like really, really
right.
bad. So I will
as
not do
one
that.
as one hopefully would know going into space. Anyways, it's fine. Just know the next time you blow a hole into the side of one of my ships, I will stretch your body so far to cover up the hole. All right, sweetie? So just make sure you keep that in mind.
And she'll roll back over.
I told you she was scary when she's mad.
Like, even scarier than Lydia.
I know.
I heard that and I'm offended.
Oh, well,
you're your own brand of scary.
You're still scary. You're still scary, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Can I watch your game though? It sounds like a bad acid trip, and I'm into it.
Yeah. And then there's this look, and then there's a squirrel dude too. Look, and then it's like they're like working together. Isn't this cool?
Huh. Yeah.
See, oh no! Oh, see this.
Oh,
part,
did you die?
Yeah, I died again. See, I'm trying to. It's that sequence. I can't get that loop, and I just keep dying.
Well, the good thing is it's just a game. I'm gonna pat her on the head and curl up in my little sleeping bag.
So you all settle to sleep in your steel coffin building.
I'm sorry, what?
You settle in the steel barn.
He's not
warehouse.
He's still trying to beat this level.
But you carry on being until you pass out. Nothing happens. You don't hear any bumps in the night. You all sleep somewhat soundly, considering you're not in the usual comfort of your beds. As morning comes, you are awoken by a sound.
Definitely grabbing my pistol.
Yeah, what type of sound is it? A ting, a ping, a bong, a bang?
Footsteps.
All of the above.
No.
You hear footsteps outside.
Do they sound human?
They sound like 2 feet shuffling.
Well, knowing the experience that I've had, does it sound like human feet walking, or does it sound like a whole lot more weight, or does it sound like something's not picking up its heels, or does it sound like something's dragging?
Make me an observation roll.
Yes. We love it.
This is my observation. Ooh, that's good.
She's got great peepers.
That is 3 successes.
3
To
successes.
see the whole world.
Okay. With
So
that,
I'm gonna
I
get to
will
do a
say-
backflip.
You get to do something. Let me get my sheet up. Firstly, you hear what sounds like a pair of boots shuffling across the floor. So it's not a large alien creature that you've encountered before. It sounds like a pair of boots with something of human size in them, walking outside. And
So-
observation.
I have like my ear up to the door. I'm gonna look at all of them. It sounds human. Do you want me to go talk to them?
No, you sure? You want to do that?
What do you mean? It sounded human. There's only human people here, right?
No. Anyway, I'm gonna crack the door open. Tiny bit, just enough to be able to maybe see whoever is walking around outside.
And
Yeah.
I'm standing right behind Lydia, and I'm aiming the smart gun sights just over her shoulder.
Okay. After you have this conversation and let people know that you can hear someone outside, you crack the door and look, and you just manage to see a glimpse of what appears to be like a 5'10" male, bald, pale skin in like a jumpsuit overalls, pair of boots, walk around the corner of a building just over the way from where you are.
I'm gonna turn around to all of them and just go. And I'm gonna go and follow him.
Okay.
What are you?
Super stealthy though.
I'll follow her.
Okay. If you're heading out and being stealthy, I need you to roll me mobility rolls.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the last one out.
B is in tow with the captain.
Just straight mobility.
So it's agility plus mobility.
I got 1 success.
Okay.
1 success here too.
1 success here too.
Okay, so.
Oh,
Question. So I get a point of damage for mobility.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way for me to not have to do that? Can I basically just? I'm already moving slow.
Can I just like
stealthy?
not?
I may not be stealthy, but I
mean, you
still
could
have
stay inside.
agility. But the thing is that B was told an order by her beloved captain. So okay, cool, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you all stealth out
There you go.
of this room, following Lydia, who is following this man that went down the corner. You all proceed quietly. B, in your attempts to stealth, you kind of crouch a bit, and to kind of keep your footsteps quiet, you push your knees together, which kind of aggravates your injury zone.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we'll call it.
I did get 2
The injure
successes, though.
zone.
Okay. So you get a +1 modification on a mobility roll later. Or you impress someone. You've got the option. Do you want to impress someone? Okay, we'll go for that.
Of course.
So,
Of course, you know that I'm basically she could tell that I'm in pain, but I'm just
yeah.
I'm
So,
pushing it out, so I have that face, I'm trying to imitate her her face to me, way early in the game.
so B, you hurt yourself in this tense movement of quiet. Tears welling up in the eyes, but not releasing. But you are deathly silent. And you are all quiet in moving forward and following this individual you've spotted. Continuing with Lydia at the helm, you go round the corner of this building. And you see the individual walking off into the fields. the agricultural fields. But what I will say at this point,
How far ahead of us are they?
maybe 50 feet
Okay.
now. But now it's daylight.
Okay, wait.
Oh, go on.
You said he's about 50 feet in front of us,
Mm-hmm.
and you said he's now beelining it?
He's walked around this building and then straight off into the agricultural fields.
As soon as we walk and he's walking into the agricultural fields, Laura's just going to kind of like look around and like look at everyone and look at this guy and just scream. She's just gonna scream.
Hey, we've had a pretty tough day. Can you just turn around? We're just trying to figure out what you're doing, and we just want to talk to you.
And she just looks at everybody else and says,
I'm not gonna chase down a man. I'm not doing it.
I'm
I
into
feel you.
that.
I don't even like men.
I feel like
Then
that's
why
like
are
a
we
line
chasing
of the
down a man?
century.
No, I don't know. And she's just
Fine.
gonna like look over the group again and like hold her hands up to the guy, like what's your response? She's like not having it.
Okay. So,
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I just thought it was a normal guy.
Oh my
This is how we die.
I cannot run, y'all.
Because
I
we just
can't
wanted
run.
to talk to
I
somebody.
can't run.
This is how we die.
I can't run.
This is why you don't talk to strangers.
Stranger danger.
The whole group followed a stranger. I figured talking to them would have been a whole lot worse. It
So
would have
let's-
been a whole lot worse.
let's just describe the scene here.
Oh no.
Wait, hold on. If we can delay you describing the scene, it won't happen yet.
Filibuster.
So,
How's everyone's week?
so it's daytime now. You arrived at night. It is now daylight outside, and you're able to see the area more clearly. The buildings around are these corrugated steel built buildings. They're all rusty, heavily rusty and worn. This individual walked around one and then beelined through the fields. Looking at the fields, you see that they are ever stretching, it appears, off to the mountains. Everything is dead. All the crops are dead. Some appear to be scorched, burnt, but everything is dead. This individual is walking, just like power walking straight. Law, you shout after them because you don't want to chase no man down. We ain't about that. And the individual stops. Just stops dead in their tracks. With this lack of movement, you were able to kind of get another glance at what they look like. And again, they are a bald-headed male, pale skin in a jumpsuit overall that has 776 written across the back. The jumpsuit is worn, slightly dirty, not looking well kept, and the individual is just stopped dead in their tracks, facing away from you. Selena, you hear from your left a door open.
Pulling out my pistol.
Okay. You then hear footsteps.
I'm gonna call out to the person. Stop, otherwise I'm gonna shoot.
He pulls out her pistol, like she's gonna do something, but she forgot that there's no bullets.
Okay. The door that opens to your left is to another somewhat large building. It is only single story in height, but it appears to be quite long in size. And then when you hear the door open and these footsteps, it isn't a single set of footsteps. It is multiple.
Oh.
And as you say, stop or I'll shoot, you see someone step out of the door, and it is someone around 5'10", pale skin, bald-headed male in a jumpsuit.
Looks exactly the same as the one in the field.
I mean, you only saw him from the back. This person you see from like a side angle. You don't see any eyebrows, any facial hair. You can't see the color of their pupils or anything. It's just a side profile. They step out and step forward, continue walking forward, and then another person steps out behind them. About 5'10", pale skin, bald head, in a jumpsuit. And you've got the choice to act, but you now see a procession of 5'10" male, bald-headed, pale-skinned individuals in jumpsuits exiting this building.
Do they look exactly the same?
Make
Like
me an
same
observation roll.
Oof. Oh. I don't have a number for that. So just wits, maybe?
Yes. Yeah.
One success.
One success. Okay. With your gun pointed, taking a glance, everyone is identical.
Alright, so I'm gonna call out to the first one. Hey, can you stop a moment? Where our ship is damaged here, and we're trying to get something to help out, some materials.
No response. They continue walking out, and as they do so, the others in line walking behind, you see some of them holding tools, rakes, hoes, pickaxes, agricultural tools, and they're all heading out the door directly to the fields.
Can I yell to it, Android, state your protocol? So like, Android, state your protocol.
Let me roll.
Genius.
Okay. Which one are you shouting that at?
Just the closest one to me that has like a rake or something in their hand. One that looks like they are working.
As you shout this, one of these individuals stops. They don't turn to look at you, they just stop, and in a very monotone, straight voice, they say, 776, agricultural duties. And then they proceed to continue on.
She'll turn around and kind of just like face the group. Well, at least we know where they came from. They're probably not going to kill us.
Well, if they got ones for gardening, I'm sure they've got ones for murder.
Well, probably, but at least these ones, she gestures, won't kill us. At least for now.
We should let them all funnel out, and then we go in here, see who's controlling them.
So we're not shooting the bald guys?
No, please don't shoot them. It would make things so much worse.
Okay.
I don't know. I think we should stick to the mission. Yes, you can put your gun away.
Okay.
I think we should stick to what we were here for, which was the archives. Do we really need to aggravate a bunch of AI here?
I mean, that's fair.
And on top of that, if there is somebody in that building controlling them, I think Gage was the one who said it, or yeah, there's ones for murder too. There's probably some sort of protocol they could turn into murder. So let's not alert them just yet. How about we get to the archive first, get what we're here for, and then do what we want, meander around.
Still looking for stuff for the ship, right?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Well,
If
that
we
place
come
that
across
we
it,
slept
it's not a
last
priority,
night.
but
The place we slept had all that extra metal and stuff.
which I would like to take more of a look at when we have the time. However, like I said, the metal specifically, I need certain types of metal, certain thicknesses, things like that. So it takes me a second. If we have time before we get out, I'll go back. But anything else, if you find it and you think it could be useful, just bring it to my attention.
All right, let's roll out. Let's get over to these archives.
Okay. So, whilst you're discussing this, the last of these individuals leaves the room. And as they do, you count there was about 20 of them in total that left and have all gone off into these fields of dead crops, scorched crops. Clearly not very good farmers, but they head out there and you see them begin to start raking and tending to the fields. Now, knowing what you know, Selena, about the location and the area, you know that it's going to take you the best part of all day to make it to the other side of this agricultural area on foot. You've got the option of attempting to use your ship to move closer, but you don't have a landing area around there, or you can try and find some other mode of transportation here.
It'd be nice to get some mode of transportation. That'd be faster.
Do you want to take a look around?
Yeah.
I'll help with that.
Yeah. Okay. Make me some observation rolls while you start kind of looking around this colony. You're going to have to start looking in the buildings and stuff, and if there's anything knocking around outside as well.
I got 2 successes.
Okay.
1.
Okay. So with multiple successes on observation, stunt-wise, you get to ask one of 3 questions. Is it coming for me? Are there more of them close by? How do I get in, past, or away? So just keep that in mind if you want to ask any of those questions. So, looking around, you start checking these other buildings. You check the building all these people came out of, and it is just an empty room that they were all just stood in.
So the building that we were in, that all 20 of them came out of, when we go inside, is there like... I feel like my character would know, but out of character, I don't quite know the answer to this. Like, is there a docking station for the androids or a charging? Like, anywhere that we're looking, does it seem like there's a place where these AIs and these clones, like, power down?
It is literally an empty room.
It's just a big empty room.
Just a big square.
Okay. And there's nothing on the ceiling.
There's no light fittings or anything. God. They just walk in, stop.
I don't like it. It's creepy. Okay. Okay.
But looking around, some of the other buildings have tools in, supplies for planting crops and whatnot. You go back to the building you slept in and have a quick look around there. You do see lots of sheet metal stacked up. Some of it is of a thickness that will work for your ship. You see workbenches, tables with equipment that you can utilize to assist in repairing your ship. And then there's the large piece of machinery that is covered with a big tarp. Pulling the tarp off to look, it is a vehicle. It is a large people carrier that was clearly at some point used to shuttle staff back and forth around this facility. Checking it, it looks to be in working order, but there is no fuel on board. But only one of you spots that. Only one of you goes back to check that.
Who goes back? Who is it?
Let me see. Let me just roll for this. It is Lydia. Checks this room.
Of course it is. Of course it's me. I would also like to start checking around if there's fuel. You said it's a 2-story building, right?
It's a 2-story in height, but when you go in, it's just an open.
It's just one. It's just one long. Okay. Yeah, I'll start searching anywhere that I didn't already search in there for fuel. If I can't find anything, I will go out and let them know.
Okay, you have a look around. You don't see any fuel.
Okay.
So you head out to regroup, let them know you found the vehicle, but there's no fuel.
What?
I found a vehicle.
Oh,
Guess-
Hallelujah.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
There's one more thing. Guess what else?
right.
There's no gas. So we have to find gas.
Wonderful. Do we still have those excess gas tanks in the ship? Emergency gas tanks in the ship? Maybe.
I thought you were the one who was supposed to know that.
You know, I was just more so saying it out loud for my own brain to go back and catalog to see if I knew we had them. Can
What do
I
they look
either
like?
come to the ship? Mother, requesting inventory, gas canisters, and fuel quantity inside.
Okay, so you issue that request to Mother over the intercom, and for a second, nothing. Another second, nothing, and then you get a reply: unauthorized access to ship. Unauthorized access to ship. And as this starts to repeat, you turn and glance at the ship, and you see that a side door is open.
Oh, fuck.
You see that the hole on the side that was blown open, you see the bottom half of a jumpsuit entering. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
You see, okay, you see Lore unstrap the bolt gun that she has like attached to her backpack on her back, and I just start walking towards the ship. Like I'm just walking towards the ship at this point. Do not care.
So, that's where we're going to leave it.
Oh man.
For tonight's episode.
Are these cultists? Are these androids? Are these like I have so many questions.
Good.
You put bald people
Save
in
those.
jumpsuits in front of me, I have more questions than anything. I'm so excited.
So, thank you everyone for watching tonight's episode. It's very good to be back. We did take a little bit of a break, but we are back. Before we sign off for tonight, let's just go around the table and again shout out who we all are, where you can find us all, what we're up to. We'll go in reverse order this time. So we'll start with Cynthia.
Oh man, hey y'all. I'm sorry about my poor decision making at a late hour. For real, I did have some logic behind that, but it failed me regardless. But at any rate, if you guys want to see more bad ideas that I come up with, just go to my social medias. I'm on a lot of different shows. So Twitter at Cynthia or Instagram Cynthia _2 underscores. I can speak. Cynthia _ Marie. I'm tired. I love you all, and I will see you guys next time. Man, this was tough.
I was muted then. Next up, Utahime.
Hi guys, I'm Brianna, but many people know me on the social medias as Utahime because I am a cosplayer. I haven't been streaming on my own channel, but I hope to get back to that soon enough. But usually I'm a variety streamer, so I play a variety of games. And also too, I am all about everything TTRPGs. I'm playing various games, including next week, the premiere for Hunter the Reckoning, the day shift. You need to tune in to Renegade Games because it's gonna be wild. That's at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Super amazing storytelling and amazing role players who I get to play alongside. So I'm super excited for it, but would love for you guys to check it out. And I miss this cast so much, and I'm glad that I wasn't the one making the bad decision to me. And that's it.
Logic, I swear, there's logic behind it.
No one can blame B. I was following direct orders.
To be fair, we're not gonna die while we were sleeping. So the decision was great. It's fine.
And I do apologize for the poor description of a game that we know. I just didn't want us to get sued by a certain gaming company if I described it too well. So there we go.
Tell us you play
That's
X
what I
without
meant.
playing X. Without saying that you play X.
Yes. Next up, M.
Hello. I am M. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Emily Irv. I am the executive producer and a host on 20 Side Stories, a cast member on Fateforge Academy and Second Star to the Right, which is Second Star to the Right is the alternate Fridays from this Friday, and Fateforge is every Friday in the mornings. The podcast drops, and I'm sure there's other things that I'm forgetting as well, but that's me. And follow me for when I inevitably remember.
Cool. Ray, you're up.
Oh hi, I'm Ray, or with a brick with 2Ks everywhere on the interwebs. You can follow me on my socials. I'm currently working with Metal Week Games on a bunch of projects that I can't really talk about quite yet. I'm here whenever we play this chaotic campaign because I love this so very much. I'll probably be on this channel more often coming up, I hope, maybe. You can also catch me over on Laugh Love Lindy, where I play in another Aliens game, but I play a clone of Rebecca Spielman. So if you're into the OG lore of the world and everything, that's really fun. And besides that, right now I'm kind of bouncing around and doing my own thing. So if you go and follow me on my socials, you can figure out where I am and when I'll be there.
Sweet. Taylor.
Hello again. I'm so happy to be back. I miss Lydia so much, my chaotic little medic. You can find me on Instagram at thebarbarianbarbie. That's like really the only social that I use. And then when I'm not on there, which is where I post all my games anyway, you can find me on the Team Drew's Basement Twitch and YouTube as Jubilee, my little clown rogue, the crazy part of the little Cirque Mystique. She is an absolute psychopath and I'm obsessed with her. So much so that I literally got her tattooed on me forever. So yeah, you can find me there. That is this Thursday and the Thursday after, and then we're off for a week. So we play 2 Thursdays and then we're off a week. So come find me in all the places.
Yeah. And finally, I'm Danny. Check for traps on social medias and platforms and things. Part of the Initiative Order team here. You can find me here or at Modifius doing stuff there as I project manage a few different games over there. Thank you all so much for watching. Please check out our Discord if you want to play games like this. We hold free monthly community games of lots of different systems. Any level of experience, come down, have a go, hang out. And yeah, check our social media for all our up and coming shows. We have weekly shows, we have every other week shows, we have mini-series, we have campaigns, we have special one-shot events. Lots going on, lots planned, lots coming. Please check it out. Hope you all had fun, and yeah, we will see you next time. Bye.